Flip the switch, light the fire, ideas spinning higher, higher. Testing, melting, shapes take form. Welcome to the stream, DWIT 3D and laser dream. Cut it, carve it, build the same. Welcome to the stream. Lines of code, sparks that fly, layers stacking, reaching sky. Mistakes happen, we don't cry. We learn, we teach, we play. Together every day. Welcome to the stream, DWIT 3D and laser dream. Cut it, carve it, build the same. Welcome to the stream. What will we make today? What will the laser say? Engraving shadows bright, crafting through the Welcome to the stream, DWIT 3D and laser dream. Cut it, carve it, build the same. Welcome to the
Hello and welcome to DWIT 3D on this Sunday night. Hello, welcome everybody. I just had to do a quick little thing. I had a job running here and Clipper just shut down. So it's weird. A couple hours into my print, it just shut down. So we're gonna restart it and see what's going on. I hope everybody is doing fine. Let's see who is on the stream tonight. Let's go. Let's see. Let's back way the heck up here. Another CG, Jerry. Hello, hello, hello. Ranch Kid, Guy the Jedi, Tintalon, another CG again. Jerry again. Neres, Chris, you're early. Holy crap. What the heck? I actually got here before it started. Yes, you did. Another CG says, I never left the stream since 2 weeks ago. Oh my goodness. You get a life. Come on, man. Who else we have? Nick, Andrew Humphrey, Class Clown is here. Better yet, check out the video now, play a couple of seconds and then come back, because otherwise you're never going to find the link. Again, in chat history, and now it'll be in your history. Exactly. Betty Boop is here. Hello, Betty Boop. I just like saying the name. Betty Boop. Betty Boop, Betty Boop, Betty Boop. Looks and sounds good. Thank you so much, Jerry. I didn't screw my sound or anything up tonight. Holy crap. Other than the fact that the freaking... let me just get this Z up a bit here, because oh yeah, you want to home everything, but you can't home everything because you crashed, and if I home everything, it's going to crash into the print, whatever. Anyways, everything's been going great other than the fact that my clipper crashed. Let's see who else is here. Clownhammer, hey Clownhammer, how are you? And that's it. That's all that's showing up right now so far. Cool. Well, welcome everybody. Don't forget to stick around later. We're going to be doing a Polymaker draw. Yes, I do have a camera sort of set up right here, and I have another camera set up right here, which was supposed to show you what I'm printing on the Voron, but the stupid clipper crapped out on me. I don't know why. Dang, I'm printing those. I have these floor drain covers, and they're all broke. So and the ones I printed before, I made the mistake of just printing them with like a 30% infill, and they were all sort of splitting. So I'm printing them with 100% modifier layer where the two parts meet so that they don't split so easy. So there we go. Update on what's been going on. We got parts printed here, you'll see. There was a little bit of controversy last week, but I'm doing it anyways. I am printing the Jabberwocky. We're going to assemble the Jabberwocky tonight, and I did print the parts in HTPLA. People said, don't do it in HTPLA, it's a hot end, blah, blah, blah. Do it in ABS, yada, yada. People have tried it, it didn't work. I heard somebody tried it, and it did work. So I'm trying it, damn it. I don't care. I did order the ABS as well, but the ABS just literally came in, literally this afternoon, sitting in a box right there. So I didn't have time to print it for this stream anyways. So we're going ahead with the HTPLA. We're going with the orange, the teal. Actually, why not just flip over to the camera that can show you. We're going with the orange and the teal, and then there's one gray part in it here. So that's the colors we're going to go with. I don't think those colors are showing up too good on camera, but hey, whatever. Orange, teal, and gray. Trust me, they are there. So, hey, Mark Flanagan, Mr. Voyager, how are you? You're here. Good, good, good. Good evening, good day, and everything. I did get a YOLO, Tim. You only live once. Exactly, Nick, right? And I want to try it. I don't care if 50 people have tried it and failed. I'm still trying it. Hey, Big Bad Joe. So I picked up this big guy here. This is a 50 liter per minute air assist pump for the laser. I decided I wanted a little more powerful pump for the CO2 laser rate. Step in front right here. So what I did was I do have a camera on there to show you right there. So what I did is I reran the hose. So this little shiny black one is the old hose. I reran the new hose up, and I've just sort of roughly put it on here to follow the drag chains along and along. And then I brought the hose out the middle. Or I just brought the hose out the front of it right here for now rather than feed it all over, because there's not really room in here to put that new pump unless I move the power supply and everything around. So for now, to test it, which I haven't done yet, I've just run it out of here, and I'm just going to put the pump over here or put it somewhere, right? But for now, that's all I've done on this thing, is just run the hose. To give you an idea of how powerful this one's going to be, I never did find that out yet, David Walton. David, I didn't find that out yet. So yeah, who you calling hose? Raj D, hello, hello. and hi, David Walton. Who else came in while I was yapping here? Nobody else. You can lead Tim to ASA, but you can't make him use it. Exactly, Nick. Thank you. So just to tell you how powerful this is, on my S1 over here, the cubic or liters per minute, I think, is what they work it on. The liters per minute on the air assist on this is 30, and it does a great job. It's plenty of air for what I got to cut on here for cutting wood and cutting the colored acrylic. The liters per minute on this one is 50. So this thing just blows. You see what I did there? This blows. And to give you an example, that little thing right on top there, that's the air pump that was in the CO2 laser. This one, I can turn the CO2 laser on right now. Dead silent, nothing. The only noise that's going to be made is when I turn the chiller on. You'll hear noise from the chiller, but no more noise coming from that. This pump, this little pump, and you want to see how small this little pump was? This little pump, oh, right here. It was puny. It's a 12. It's ran on 12 volts. It's tiny. Like you can see it compared to my hand. I can almost enclose it in my hand. And man, it made a big, big whining noise when you turn it on. And it was like, wee. Anyways, that's out. This one is going to be in, so I'll keep this as a whatever. So there we go. That's what's happening in the laser end of things. Who else is here? Smash the like button. Yes, slash the like button, subscribe, and share, everybody, for sure. So let's just put these pumps over to the side for now. A couple other things we're working on here. I am, if I dare show you what's going on the printers here. Somebody in chat's going to recognize what this is if he is still watching. He's what I call the king of vase mode. Let's change this camera here. It's going to be a bit shaky because I'm holding it. We are printing a little project here. This is being printed in transparent PCTG, not PETG, PCTG, transparent. And then there's another part of this same project being printed over here. Right here on the good old FlashForge Adventure 5M. But this one here, that's vase mode print happening. It's coming out really good so far. I'm kind of cheating. I don't know if it's going to work, but it called for a 0.8 nozzle. I only had a 0.6 nozzle. I only had a 0.6. I'm hoping it's going to work with a 0.6. Still got the 0.3 layer, 0.13 layer height, or whatever it was. Same layer height that he recommended. And yes, this is Nere's. This is Chris's model. So you did it. I'm printing it. I want to see how it goes. And I do have the lights. I picked up 10 lights. Even though it takes 9, I got a spare because there's always one bad one. So absolutely, we're going to print that. Most likely, but it's not printing. Yes, it is printing in vase mode. Of course it's printing in vase mode. Here. Let me show you. Let me show you again. It's going round and round and round and round. There's no infill. And you can see the gaps in there printing in vase mode. It's definitely printing in vase mode. So at least I'm positive it's printing in vase mode. I am positive. Shoot me if I'm lying. Well, don't shoot me literally. But anyways. No, it's not? What do you mean, no, it's not? It's only got 2 walls. It's not changing direction. Hang on, let's see. No, I'm just looking at it right here. If that's not vase mode, I don't know what is vase mode. It's only 2 walls. And it's going around and around and around. It's not changing direction. Round, round we go. Yeah, I'm hoping these 2 printers don't fail because, man, that's disappointing that this one failed. I can't get my Z. You must home first. Okay, well, what happens if I home it and there's a print on the bed? Oh, actually, I'll home Z. Must home X and Y axis first. Okay, let's home X. Then we'll home Y. Oh, there we go. I just wanted to get it off the print so I can get that print out of there. Let's home Y. And let's just go in and grab this print off here. This print might work as it is. I may not have to print the rest of it. Although that bed is really hot. So let's pull that out of there. This is what I've been printing. It's a floor drain cover. You can see kind of where it stopped. But we'll let that cool off and then we'll pull it off out of there. Okay. There, I feel better that that's out of there and sort of out of my mind, out of mind. It's in VW mode. It should be changing directions. Really, it's printing both walls. And then it's, let's see, you can see it working right here. It's printing both walls. And then it's going, now it's on the outside wall. And then it's going to come around and it's doing the outside wall. There's the seam right here, and when it hits the seam, boom, it's going to the inside wall. So it's doing vase mode, but maybe not just the way it's supposed to be doing vase mode. You'll be right back. You got to take a phone call. No problemo. Ooh, it's hot down here. I got my little assistive fan over here. I got my wireless assistive fan because it's warm down here today. Anyways, we're going to start building the Jabberwocky hot end. And guess what I found in my drawer? I found these in my drawer. Whoops, these guys right here. Which camera am I looking at right now? That's not that one, this one. So I found these guys. Look at that, cartographer. It's another probing system. So I may just end up putting the cartographer. There's the probe in there. And then this box has a really nice, and I think the cartographer will work. Stephen Labad became a member. Thank you so much, Stephen Labad. I appreciate that. Here, let's get that showing there. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Stephen Labad. Your slicer is trying to do a vase mode, but it's not because of the 0.2 millimeter spacing that exists in the model is closing the space, creating a new seam of its own. That's why you have a curvy seam. Oh, but hey, it's going to work. It's still going to work. I think. We'll see. So yeah, that's the cartographer, and then I opted for the red mount. It comes with a, oh, I just dropped a piece. It comes with a mount, a couple spacer pieces. So whether this is going to work with the Jabberwocky, I don't know. It may not. So we'll see. May end up putting this over on the Trident. So yeah, let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. The failure was a successful failure, so it's going to print fine, but it's not supposed to print like that. The seam should be a zigzag at one of the corners. Ah, slice gap, close radius, set it to 0, and then it should slice correctly. But I said even though it's not a vase mode, it's a variation of vase mode, so it looks like it's going to work. Yeah, I think it's going to work just fine. Anyways, we'll look at the cartographer another time, and we'll see if that's going to be a viable option. Otherwise, we'll just leave the beacon probe that's on it, because I believe I printed the beacon probe mount. Let me go grab that piece that fell, because that's going to be an integral piece in the build of this model. Matter of fact, there it is, right there. Okay. Okie doke, let's get to work. First of all, let me see. Oh, this didn't work out too good. Ah, something went wrong on that. No, that's not going to be strong enough to put on my floor, so we'll have to reprint that. That's in the recycle. Okay, let's move on. Okie doke. Okay, what else is going on here? Okay, I think that's Timor 714 popped in. Hello, hello. And if I forgot to say hi to anybody, forgive me. Icon, hello, popped in. Okay, here we go. And really quick, I just want to thank my partners for this build, and here we go. I am in good health now, Tuxedo. Yes, heading to the Big Apple for a pie. There you go. Good. Yeah, but I'm doing good. My eyes are. I was at the eye doctor on Friday. Healed up very well. For supplies, Big Bad Joe. Thank you so much for the $5. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Big Bad Joe. You guys are awesome. Yeah, my eyes are healed up. I was at the doctor on Friday. She said completely healed. So my blood sugar is settling. Everything's going very well. So. Yeah. Okay, let's get the Jabberwocky hot end going. So I got a couple different camera views here. So I'm going to move this one into place a little bit so that we can have this angle right about like that. There we go. And then I got an overhead, sort of an overhead angle with this camera here. But just so that everybody can see what's going on, and I'm going to open up the instructions on the screen over here next to me. Printed parts, and I want to do the extruder assembly, which is the first step. So I am, just so you guys all know, we are going to be working based on the instructions on the official Discord site for this. So we're going to be doing some heat insets, we're going to be putting some nuts in, etc., 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 etc. So we're just going to be following along with this. So obviously the first thing I need to do is get my heat set tool and get that going. So let me go get my heat set tool. What do you say? What do you say? Oh, get these old bones moving. Here it is. And believe it or not, I know exactly where it is for a change. Look at that. How's that for different? You can't get it till November. Oh, that sucks. That's too bad. Okay, we're gonna plug you in over here. Just kidding. Plug you in there. I don't think that would do that to me anyways if I got a shock from that. So we'll plug you in, we'll turn you on. Oh, you're such a nice tool. I love your curve. Oh, not that kind of turn on. Okay. And let's open this up. Let me grab myself a tray. Always good to have one of these little magnetic trays when you're dealing with a lot of little parts, so we can put all the parts in here as we need them. I haven't done a build of anything in a while, so this is going to be kind of fun. Hey GTR Dad, how are you, sir? Let me just run a little ad here for everybody real quick. Give me 1 second just so people realize what's happening. We're just going to run this for a few seconds here. There we go. Okay, let's pull out the parts here. That's the hot end. We're not going to need that for a little bit. That's the extruder motor. We're going to not need that for a little bit. These are the end stop cables. Those are the fans. We'll need those. Auxiliary fan, axial fan. Here's the hardware. And here is the tool head fasteners. There we go. And we now have an empty box. There we go. Sometimes you scare me. I do? Oh, Nightbot. What is Nightbot doing running? Just ignore Nightbot, guys. I don't know why it's still running. I must have it running in the background. And I'll have to get rid of that because we're doing a draw a different way tonight, by the way. We are trying the Jerry method. Jerry pointed me to the different kind of contest drawing, so we're going to try that today. Okay, here we go. We got some tools. So first thing I need is some heat insets. I have lots, but we're just going to grab the ones that are in the... There's a bag with one machine screw, an M2x2. That is tiny. There's our heat insets right there. Okay. And just so you know, we're not rushing this build. We're just taking our time as we go. We're going to make sure we read instructions carefully, which I'm guilty of not doing, just so you know. If you guys want to go ahead and spam Nightbot, go for it. Might be fun, might be funny. Yes, that's hot. That is hot. Good, okay. So let's go ahead and look at the first instruction. So I need this part right here, which is this guy here. Now there's one thing here I printed two of because I wasn't 100% sure which one was which, but they both look identical. So we'll figure that out later. Nice thing about these parts here too. Let me get the overhead cam on here. One thing I like about this is these models have built-in support, like you'll see in the middle here. There's got a built-in support that I can just go ahead and very easily go ahead and, not with my fingers, I need to get a little bit of a, let me use these little vice grip things here. And I should be able to go ahead and just pop this out. That's probably too thick. Where's my, there's what I was looking for. My angled tweezers. If you're wondering who this Jerry guy, here's a link to his channel. Awesome, Jerry, thank you. Anybody out there, anybody, if you want to promote your channel, legitimate channels, no fans only channels, please, but go ahead and promote your channel. I am all about that. Okay, so we'll just pop this support piece out. Pops out, not as easy as I wanted it to, but there we go. These built-in supports usually come out a little bit easier, but hey, who am I to complain? Now, I wonder, do I have any smells like chicken. When I burn my finger, I get it. Do I have any background music in this thing? No, I don't think I do. Let's see, background music. Let's see, soft hip hop. Let's see what this does. Might be loud. Let me know if you hear that or if it's too loud. I just figured some background music might be nice. And I think I can get away with this background music. I think it's free. I hope it's free. And if it's too loud, I'll turn it down. This is a tricky support to get out. There it is. And then there's another, still a little bit of a piece of this support material in under here. There we go. Slowly getting it. I think I need to grab my knife for the rest of this. There will be blood, maybe. Hang on a minute. Let's do this. There we go. Come on. There we go. I think I got it all now. I just had to loosen it up. It's in there really good. There it is. Ah, there. Finally got it all. Got all the support material out of there. Okay. Did I use ABS or ASA, Raji? Neither. Somebody tell them what I used, because I'm being a rebel here, and some people disagree with it. Some people think I'm wasting filament, but hey, I want to try it. HDPLA, just because you only live once. HTPLA, high temperature, should withstand the heat that we can throw at it. So we have this on this side. So we want to put the heat inset. There, let's switch to this one now. There we go. We're going to put the heat insets in this spot here and this spot over here. Let's go ahead and empty these heat insets out into the tray. Old capture card and OBS. An old, what's that? Curious. You can't just say something like that and not tell me. Oh, this is a little tricky because this one's not going to necessarily sit flat. Is that going to be low enough? Let's see if I can. I need to put something under here to kind of. Level this out. I know I could just do it by eye, but you know, I'm a wimp. I don't trust myself. There we go. Oh, that's better right there. Yeah, that's going to sit nice and flat. There we go. Little bit deeper. The first cut is the deepest. Whoops! Go away. A little deeper into that. I can hold that up. Come on, let's just do this. Oh, that didn't work. See, that's why you don't do things the easy way. That's why you do things the hard way like me. There we go. That's better. And one more in here. Cheap Walmart Google TV to get your tablet TV onto your computer. Cool. Perfect. It's my choice. Yes, baby boop. I choose to do what I want. There we go. Okay, we have the two heat insets put in. And then the next instruction. Next preload four LDO T-nuts here. I'll just kind of give you guys a quick display where I'm at. We're on the second one, the orange one. 4 LDO T-nuts is shown in the image below. They should be centered on each circular cutout, or the screws will be attached as shown in the image to the right. Okay, so we're going to be doing 4 nuts. Okay, and that is the part, which is the same part we're just doing. No, that's a different part. That is on this part right here. This is the one I have 2 of, and I wasn't sure, but I'm pretty sure they were exactly the same. I think I just accidentally printed 2. And just so you guys, just so you can see, these parts came out quite nice in the HTPLA. So this is the piece that we'll use. Let's move the heat set out of the way. Let's go ahead and switch to this guy. Okay, and now we need those LDO T-nuts. Let's find the LDO T-nuts. You didn't sort all your screws and nuts before you started? No, I didn't. I never do. You guys know that. Well, you should have. It would have saved time. You wouldn't have to look through all the bags. I know. I know what you guys are always thinking, right? So there we go. Hey, Petty Ruxpin, how are you? Shrimp Father, hello. I didn't see you come in. And I do not see the LD. Oh, there's some nuts. Those aren't the T-nuts. Those are the slide-in nuts. Boom, boom, boom. And boom, boom, boom. It would have been a good idea probably to, open these bags and make sure I found all the parts first, but what fun is that? That takes all the fun out of live streaming. So we're just gonna throw these in here. No T-nuts in here. And there's gotta be some T-nuts that I'm overlooking here. Dum dum bum. Boom, boom, boom. No T-nuts. That's interesting. No T-nuts. No peanuts and no T-nuts. Stop telling me how to live my life, Nightbot. Exactly. Really? Oh, if Nightbot does that, I will fire Nightbot. I will fire Nightbot. They don't like explanation points. Okay, first hiccup is no T-nuts. If they're M3s, I just don't know what size those T-nuts are that they're looking for. It says they are LDO T-nuts. I don't know if I have any of those now. Are those just the standard nuts that are in the package here? Let's just see. Because I did have some nuts. Da-dum-bum-bum. How barbaric, Rajdi. How barbaric. Oh my goodness. Nightbot has a personality. There's some nuts here. So these are called slide-in nuts, 10 pieces. These must be the ones they want. These must be the ones they want, is these slide-in nuts. I was just looking for T-nuts, actually, a bag labeled T-nuts, but let's just see what these are all about. Let's move these out of the way. Let's move these out of the way. Let's get these bags out of the way. We'll throw those nuts in there. Okay, so we're looking at this piece like this. And we're going to slide, oh yeah, these are got to be the correct nuts, these ones for sure. So this one's going to slide into here. Okay, and we've got to slide that in until I can see the whites of its eyes. Where's my tweezer? My tweezer is over here. Ah, there we go. So we'll slide this one in until I can see it. That's about right. Nightbot, get a life. Sunlu doesn't do warnings. I got timed out 2 minutes for 3 explanations. Did you really? I don't know how to get rid of Nightbot right now. I probably have to go in and sign out or something, but that's okay. Oh, I just found another support material on this one. Just going to break that off right there before I forget and wonder why the heck the piece isn't fitting because I didn't take the support out. And there's another little piece of support right in here. Right there. There we go. Okay, so that's the first T-nut. And there's another one going in the top. Hey, 3D Medic Vince. If you exhorted them. And this one's going in the top. These have got to go in a certain way because they are shaped a certain way, so that's the other thing. These are actually T-nuts. They're just very tiny T-nuts. Whoa. Just make sure I get that in the right way. There's only one way these can go for the most part. Okay. Push that in there. And we will use our tweezer. There we go. That's the second one in. And then one goes in from the bottom right here. So it's hard to see, but these are kind of, they have a specific shape to them. So there is really only one way to put these in. Well, I guess two ways if you want to flip them vertical a few degrees. This one's going to require a little bit of finesse. Where is my other picture? I want to be in the image. There we go. So that one goes in like so. There we go. And one more. Uno mas. Right in the side here. Ooh, that one's kind of a... Where's that one supposed to show? That's... Oh, that one goes way in. This one slides way the heck in. There we are. So that one slid all the way down that slot. You can kind of see the opening right there where the T-nut is showing. Yeah, this camera's not autofocus that I have here. It's focused to the table. I think it's focused to the table. Let's see. There we go. That's focused to the table. This one is autofocus. There it is, right there. It slid all the way in from this side there to in there. Yeah, you guys don't need to see all that crap. That's fine. Okay. Now we'll go to the next screen. Next, install the MR84ZZ bearing into the mid-body using the printed tool. This tool is designed to apply even pressure and prevent the bearing from being inserted further than necessary. Temporarily use a full threaded M335 or longer screw from the kit. Partially threaded screws are not recommended, along with an M3 hex nut to secure the bearing in place through the two-piece printed tool. Then remove the M325 printed tools and the M3 nut. Okay, let's see if I can figure that out. Okay, let's go ahead and look, see what we're going to get here. I know, Mark. You don't have to remind me. I know if I had sorted them, I know what I'd have. Okay, so let's not mix this up. That's the spare piece. We'll put that off to the side. So next thing we're doing is we're looking at this way. Is that another piece of support material in here? I think it is. Oh, another piece of support material to come off. There we go. All these built-in supports, gotta be sure we get them all out of here so we know what we're doing. Okay. So this, we're looking for the bearing. I know if I'd have supported, if I'd have sorted them, I'd have the bearing in my hand by now. And it looks like the bearing on there. Okay. So I'm looking for a MR84ZZ bearing. We have the MR84ZZ bearing right there. Okay, there's the MR4ZZ bearing. M3x35 temporary screw. It is M3x35, but it said it's not recommended to use a partially threaded one. So I don't have a non-partially threaded M335, but I have an M340 or an M325. Or longer, so I have an M340, there we go. So it said I could use a longer one. Hey, Brent Ferguson from Texas, how are you? Okay, so there's the M3x40. We've got the bearing and the tool. The tool is this guy right here. Okay, and the bearing is going in here. And then the other little tool is this little guy right here. So that's part of a support. I hope that's part of the support material. Okay. So we want to put this in here. Okay. I'm going to put that through there. Oh. This is going through here. The bearing. Let's grab one of these bearings out here. Oh, this is good. They have a bearing pushing on tool because of the other stealth burner. Sometimes it's hard to get that bearing seated correctly, but with a bearing push on tool, a bearing pusher on tool. I think that works good. So we're going to put the bearing over the screw. We need an M3 nut. Go ahead, make all the comments about there's an M3 nut sitting in the stool. There's an M3 nut right here. Okay, let me go ahead and okay, one M3 nut goes in the end of this push-on tool. And basically this is just a tool that's going to, we screw this on until that bearing gets pulled into place. So we got to totally screw this on. Doop, 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 doop. Actually pretty ingenious. And I need my tiniest, I don't know which one. Let me grab two of these because I'm not sure which one I'm going to need. I think this one. I was correct. And then we pull this. And you'll see what's happening here is it's obvious that as I tighten this, it's pulling that bearing. You can see that shiny bearing there. So here, right over here. So as I tighten this, it's pulling that bearing into place. And I can't go too far. All I can do is tighten it until that tool bottoms out. Right there. So we have bottomed out the tool. So now we can undo this. And I can unscrew this and we're all set. The bearing is pushed in. Check your Discord later. I will, Brent. Oh, and for those of you, okay, yeah, thank you, Brent. You reminded me because I meant to message you. So there we go. That bearing is sitting nicely in place right there. That is a really handy system for putting that bearing in. That's great. I want to remind those that are expecting stuff from me, like Brent your keychains, and there's some people expecting stickers. I've hesitated because I have designed and I'm getting ready to print a new sticker. So I will be sending stickers along with it. I just don't want to mail things multiple times, so I'm going to be throwing stickers in, etc. So if you're expecting something from me, please be patient. It will arrive. That is the DWIT guarantee. Okay. That bearing's in. Okay, so let's just go back over to here. So we did that, and then now we're going to next insert the 4x18mm metal dowel, LDO peak sleeve bearing, and the non-threaded orbiter gear. Double check that everything is properly aligned. Any misalignment will prevent the motor mount from sitting flush. The image on the right shows the bearing in place. On the bottom of the mid body, add the F682X or YZZ bearing into the channel. Okay, so we need a few more pieces here. So we're going to be looking for the 4x18 metal dowel, which I did see right here. But look at how fast I'm finding these pieces now, right? It's almost like I know where they are. 4x18 metal dowel. Let's turn off this soldering iron for now because we don't need to be burning myself on that if I reach over. No, didn't get lost in the mail at all. No, I'm just waiting on my new stickers. Okay, we got that. And we need the Bondtech compound drive gear. That should be Bondtech compound drive gear. Bondtech integrated drive gear. Is that the one? No, that's not the one. We do need. Let me just lay these out for a second. Let me just lay these parts out so I can see what they're all. What we're dealing with here. There we go. Let's just lay these out. Okay. Now, the other piece I'm looking for, I did see. right here. So we need the peak sleeve and the Bondtech. Now we are looking for the Bondtech non-threaded orbiter gear, which I believe that's a different bearing. Non-threaded orbiter gear. Okay, oh, right here. Non-threaded gear orbiter, right here. There we go. Found them. Okay, need one of these for now. Okay, oh, the non-threaded. Let's see. Oh, this says non-threaded. Must be the right one. That must be the right one. Okay, so we need that, and we're going to need one of these peak sleeves. Okay. I hate opening these bags. I really do. There we go. Okay, peak sleeve. Oh, that's printed at a peak. Holy crap, that is strong. Okay. So we need this bearing. So, insert metal dowel. Maybe I should insert it from this way. There we go. Metal dowel. Okay, let's do that again. Just got to get this. There we go. It's a very tight fit. Okay, metal dowel is inserted. We need the peak sleeve on there. Okay. And the bearing on here, the non-threaded bearing. There we go. Okay, so that's inserted into there. And that is lined up nicely too, so you can kind of see right in there. Oops, that when that's sitting in there, obviously that's where the filament path is going to be, and you can see that the teeth that are going to bite the filament are lined up very nicely along that path. So getting that initial bearing into the right depth was key right there. So, okay, let's leave this view on for now. Right there. Okay. Move this out of the way. So we have that, and then it says on the bottom of the mid body. Okay, so let me just read this right. Insert the 4x18 metal dowel, which we did. LDO peak sleeve bearing, which we did, and then the non-threaded orbiter. Double check that everything is properly aligned. Any misalignment will prevent the motor mount from sitting flush. The image on the right shows the bearing in place. On the bottom of the mid-body, add the F682XZZ bearing into the channel. Which bearing? Oh, what are they talking about? Okay, I'm just, let me show you what I'm reading there, and I'm looking at the image on the right. The image on the right shows the bearing in place. On the bottom of the mid-body, add the F682XZZ bearing into the channel. Okay, let's find that bearing. This is the bearing right here. Bearing F682XZZ. So this is the bearing they want added in. Brent, this is the Jabberwocky tool head. Jabberwocky. So there's the bearing they want added in. Here, let's do this. There we go. So there's the bearing. Where are they saying to add this bearing? let's just see. On the bottom of the mid body, on the bottom of the mid body, add the F682 bearing into the channel. Okay, so, oh, is it right here? No, not here. I am a little confused. I don't see in the image where they've added this bearing, unless it's not there. Oh, I found another support that's got to come off. Right there. Okay, that's nothing to do with it. Okay, I'm a little bit, so this is the mid body. Pretty sure we are in the mid body. Let me just double check something here, folks. I'm kind of stuck here with this little bearing and where it's going to go. On the bottom of the mid body, add the F682XZZ bearing into the channel. Let's just see if I know where we're going here. On the bottom into the channel. Okay, well, hey, One Raz. Now there's a channel on the bottom of this thing. There's a little channel on the bottom of this thing right here, but I can't imagine I'm putting a bearing in there. On the bottom of the mid body, add the F682 bearing into the channel. Well, that's got to be it then. It's got to be right in, because there is a little, it is a grooved bearing. It's got to be there. It's got to be, that's the only place I can see where that bearing would go, but it makes no sense. Right in there. This is the mid body, this is the bottom, and this is a channel. And that bearing slid into that channel quite easy. So, okay, well, I'm gonna just, I don't know why we'd have a bearing there, but hey, that's not for me. Oh, that's where the filament path is running. Okay, well, maybe that bearing is there so that the filament doesn't get bound up or something. But yeah, okay, it's just interesting to have a bearing in the filament path. So, filament, yeah, okay, let's just go with that. Let's go with that. Okay, next instructions right here. Yeah, because they talk about it, but they don't show it going in there with the rest of the images. So that's something I would suggest that they just at least, you know, show the bearing going in there. But that's okay. Next, take the motor mount and install the Bondtech compound drive gear. Insert M4x18 dowel from the back and then slide the Bondtech drive gear into position, ensuring the dowel passes through as you do. Install the second MR84ZZ bearing, ensuring a push fit, just as we did in the previous step. I think that might mean to say flush fit, but there we go. So we'll find the mid body, or the motor mount, which is, where's my motor mount? Where's my motor mount? I am not missing a piece, right? Tell me I'm not missing a piece. Tell me I didn't not print a piece. Typical of me if I didn't. Oh, right here. Found it. Right here. Motor mount. Got it. Right here. Found it. Okay. Whew. I thought I missed printing a piece. I thought, what an idiot. But no, I'm not that much. So there we go. It's the one I took the support material out of, and it's the motor, and it's the one I put the M3, the thread, heat insets into. Right, okay, so we need the Bondtech compound drive gear, which I saw right here, integrated 44/7 drive gear. This guy right here, I believe. That's the only drive gear I see. Okay, we need that. And we need M4 by 18 dowel, which I just used the first one, and the second one is right here. Oh, that's an M4 by 16 dowel. So we need an M4 by 18 dowel. Okay. So I'm just looking for the other piece here. Here, let me just go like this. Okay, I need another dowel, M4 by 18 dowel. Whoever finds my M4 by 18 dowel first wins. There we are, I found it. M4 by 18, I win. Hey, Wiki Central. Clown Hammer, you better stop spamming. Nightbot's on you. M4 by 18 dowel, and I'm going to need an M4 MR84ZZ bearing. The other bearing. I really ought to. MR63ZZ? No, MR84ZZ. MR84ZZ. That's not it. Okay, so MR84ZZ right here. Got it. Oh, here, let's move this down here so it covers my belly a bit. There we go. Okay, there's our last bearing. Okay, so we are taking this part. We are putting this down in here like right here. Well, let's get this bearing in here first. Let's put this bearing in here first. And that went in rather nicely right here. So we got that bearing put in there. The dowel goes through here, the metallic dowel. That hole may need a bit of clearance done on it, although they're meant to be tight, I believe. Oh, that is really tight. Yeah, because this guy, well, that's got a smooth. Why is that other one showing smooth? Compound drive gear. This is the right gear. That's going to go here, and then the dowel is going to go through here, but I may need to just clean this hole out just a little bit to get that dowel to fit. So give me 2 seconds. I don't want to make it too loose, so that's not quite the right size. Let me grab my... Let me just figure out what size this hole's supposed to be. And that is a 4 millimeter, and it is a 4 millimeter dowel. So there we go. So this is the right size. So let's pop this out of here. Let's pop this one in here. And let's just give this 4 millimeter hole 4 millimeters. There we go. Okay, that dowel should fit in now. And it does. Still a nice snug fit. Okay, put that gear in place. Pop the dowel through the gear. And just like that. Just like that. And I think we're going to be sitting flush on this side for that. There we go. So that gear's not going anywhere. Okay, good. Good, good. Okay, next, attach the mid-body and motor. Let's make sure I didn't miss anything here. We've got the bearing, push it in, okay. Attach the mid-body motor mount, ensuring the gears are properly aligned using 2 stainless steel M3x10 button head cap screws to secure the pieces together and tighten. Remove the bottom rubber part of the ECAS fitting and push fit into the top of the mid-body, then take one 6x3 N52 magnet and push fit into the side of the mid-body. There's the magnet right there. Okay, so we're going to screw that in with 2 M3x10s. For added security, you can apply a small dab of super glue to prevent it from slipping out during operation, which we will do. Okay, 2 M3 by 10 button head cap screws. M3 by 10 button heads. Here we go, M3 by 10 stainless steel button head cap screws. Look at that, I found them very fast. So no more criticizing me for not being able to find my screws fast. Ha 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 ha. Hey Andy Visley, better late than never, yes. Another GC, my Juicy Fruit text got blocked in another chat earlier today. YouTube is on something today. Okay, there's our two button head stainless steels. Okay, so it looks like we're going to, so first it wants me to put these two together. Make sure the gears align properly. So we're going to go this guy down, and this guy is going like this. Like so. That hole where the pin's got to go, I may have to ream that just a hair here, the 4mm. There we go. Okay. And that should slide in there nicely. And let me push this pin in securely. There we go. And there's nothing binding these gears in here. So we're doing pretty good there. I think this can go down just a hair more. Let's just make sure that that pin is secure, which it is. Everything is still moving, and the gears are moving nicely, and everything inside is still aligned very nicely. Okay, so now we're going to secure that with the M3. That's what those inserts were for. Okay, so now we're going to take these button head screws. Wrong one, of course. And we're going to screw this one in. It's on the right side. That should mesh up with that nut that I put in there, which it did. And then the next one is going in the top hole, which should mesh up with the other nut that's in there. And it did. There and there. Okay, so we got those in, gears in, nothing is binding. This is going to be a nice little extruder. I love the colors. V80, V80. Let's check the bottom of the one that I thought I duplicated the part on, see if it still says V80. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Yeah, they're both the same. I had duplicated that part. I thought maybe I messed up, but I didn't. How's everybody doing? Let's take a water break. 51 watching, 23 likes. Come on, people. How many of those 51 are subscribed too? Better be all of you. Better be all y'all. All y'all. See what you're making me say? You're making me do things like all y'all. Okay. Let's get back over here. And let's look at what's next. Oh, we got to put that thing in for sure. Right, I forgot about that. Okay, we have to put the, I don't even know what these things are called anymore. Bowden couplers. We got to take one of the Bowden couplers and the magnet. I forgot the Bowden coupler and the magnet. Come on. 24 likes now. See, Jerry, you guilted somebody into hitting the like button. That's okay. I love to be hated. And we got to, whoa, take the rubber part off, like so. There we go. We'll throw that over there. And we got to pound this guy into the top of this guy. I think I can do it with super strength. Oh, I did it. I did it with my superhuman strength. It's in there nicely. Oops. That's not supposed to be that camera. That's supposed to be this camera. So we have that in there nice and tight. So now the next thing we got to do is put a magnet in here, in this little slot here, right in there. Okay. It said it is a 6x3 N52 magnet. Now it should be easy to find the magnets. It's going to be the one that's stuck to something. There we go. See, it's always the package that is stuck to something else. 6x3 N52 magnets right here. Now it doesn't say, it doesn't matter right now what polarity it is, but we'll have to make sure when the other one goes on it does what it does. Push fit it into the mid body, side of the mid body. Okay, let's get this package opened. I tell you, Clown Hammer, they're called ECAS couplings. Well, why? ECAS, what's ECAS stand for? Huh? Easily serviced, accessible? I have no idea. Whoa. Magnets and me. Oh man, these are tough magnets. Come apart. Here, you just hang out right there. Put the other one in the bag and you can hang out over there. Let me grab some glue. Let me grab a dab of glue here. There we go. There we go. Let me grab a dab of glue. That's going in that little square recess right there. Oh, that's not the cap that's supposed to come off. ECAS makes the world go round. Damned if I know. Can't take me anywhere. I'm pretty sure that's where they want the magnet right there. I want to make sure they've given an octagon hole for a round magnet, but what the heck here. Let me get some glue in there. Oh man, let's get this tip cleaned off. There we go. So we have, yeah, we have an opening. And there's a dab of glue. Little dab will do ya. Okay, and let's grab the magnet right there and we will push you in. Pressure fit. Ooh. And let's just, there we go. Make sure you're all the way in. And we got the pressure fit magnet right in that spot, right. How come I can, there we go. How come I can never get that right? So there's the magnet right there. Oh, the glue was still a bit wet. Do not stick fingers. And that looks good. Okay, cool. Now we can move on. Okay. Next, we'll move on to assembling the gilder. Begin by inserting the LDO peak sleeve bearing, okay, into the second non-threaded orbiter gear. Then align the gear in the slot on the gilder and secure it in place using M4 16 dowel pin. Finally, install the M36 flathead FHCS countersunk, tightening it until it sits flush with the surface of the gilder. This screw will later be used to adjust the grip. Okay, well that looks pretty simple. Okay, so we're going to need the gilder, which is right here. This guy? Yes, this guy right here. Why is this? Oh, that's another support piece I didn't take off. Oh, another support piece. Gotta take this off. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so that's what we need. That piece. Did I do two of them? Usually I would do two of these, but no, just one of them. Okay, and then we need the M16 dowel pin. M4 by 16 dowel pin. Where did I see you? M4 by 16 dowel pin. One left. Extracurricular activity system. There we go. Gilder Radner. Gilder Radner. Ah, good one. Not many people here would know who that is, but I do. And then we need the LDO peak sleeve, which is this guy right here. Okay, and then we need the M3x6 flathead countersunk screw. M3x6 flathead countersunk. It's going to be here real anywhere, right in here, right in one of my things here. M3x6 flathead countersunk. Flathead countersunk, one piece, right here. Okay, we got that screw. And non-threaded orbiter gear, which was the second one, which was, where did I see that? Non-threaded orbiter gear. There was two of them right here. Orbiter, non-threaded gear. This one. These are nice. These are heavy duty, these guys. Wow. These are sweet. So we push this gear into here. Whoops. Backside. That gear goes in there. We are putting oh, hang on. First we got to put the peak sleeve in here. Then we got to put the gear in from behind here. So that's going to be in that way. And then we push the pin in here. Oh, that's the M3. No, that's an M4 dowel pin. I need to just, again, get my, ream my hole out a little bit. Don't you dare. There we go. There we go. You know who you are when I say don't you dare. And we're going to push the, oops, make sure you have all the pieces necessary. There we go. And right through, there we go. Okay, that is in. Okay, and then it said to take this tiny little guy. And we are going to tightening it until it's flush with the surface of the gilder. So tightening it till it's flush with the surface of the gilder. Right about there. There we go. So we have that little guy in just like that. And that's what's going to be used afterwards to adjust the grip. Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, so that we're on that step. Next step, attach the gilder to the extruder using an M3 20mm socket head cap screw as shown below. Now install the LDO tensioner, which will screw into the LDO T-nut we pre-installed earlier. This completes the extruder assembly. Oh, cool. Okay. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. What did I just do there? There we go. Make sure I hit the right buttons. Okay, so we're going to take this, and we need the M3x20 socket head cap screw. M3x20 socket head cap screw is over this way somewhere. Over here somewhere. Here. Let's do this. There we go. M3x20 socket head cap screw. Boom, 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 boom. Huh. M325, M320. What am I missing? M340, M25, M325. Where's my M320? Right there. Socket, right here. M320 socket head cap screw. Oops. There. Oh. My camera's acting up again. Like it tends to. Okay, there we go. So this guy is going to go, whoops, down through here. like so. And then this screw, let me just make sure, oh, I need to ream that hole out just a little bit here. I just need my 3mm drill bit. Was this my 3? Yeah, that was my 3 right here. These are handy little tools to have, these little handheld drill bit doomer thingies. So we'll just clean that hole out a little bit. There we go. And that's going to looks like that's going to self-tap into that. No, yeah, I think that's going to self-tap into that. Yeah. Okay, so this guy goes in here. This guy falls into place like this. And then the M320 goes through here. Like so. And then I'm going to grab my blue. And that is going to be self-tapping into the other side right here. So just going to make sure that this is still operational like it is, like so. I don't know how tight I'm to do this, but I think that's probably fine. It's not going anywhere. Okay. Let's just make sure. Just don't want to strip that. There we go. Yeah, we're good. It's going to make that flush with the outside there. Okay, so I just made that flush. And we still have good play there. Okay. We're all good there. And then the tensioner nut, which was this guy right here. What are we building, Jason FLT? We are building the Jabberwocky hot end. And this guy goes in here into the nut that was pre-placed in there. And there we go. That's our tensioner. So there we go. We have a finished extruder. Look at that, done. And the tensioner is working perfect. One thing I didn't do was test the filament path, but they haven't asked me to do that yet. So, well, that's nice. It's tiny, it's small, it's very cool. So, okay. Okay, so the extruder portion's done. Nothing seems to be binding. Let's just have a feel at something. Yeah, this feels a little sticky here. Although, no, maybe not. Maybe that's fine. Don't think these are too tight. Let me just double check here. Nope. Nope. Just want to ensure the smooth movement of this gear here, and yeah, that's fine. That's moving smoothly. Okay. Okie doke. So far, so good. What time are we at? We're almost ready to do a draw for Polymaker, so stick around if you want to win some filament. If you want to win a gift card from Polymaker, you have to stick around. Just read this. Stick around to win some Polymaker filament. You must be present to win. And counting. There we go. Okay. I think we are, let's just have a look. Oh, finally insert the, oh, I see. Okay, there's one more piece here. One more piece. Finally, insert the F682XZZ filament guide bearing into the bottom of the extruder through the cutout as shown below. Okay, so we have one more bearing to insert. Uno más bearing inserto, por favor. So that was the other F682XZZ bearing. Right here in the bottom, but it is there. I'm confused. Did I already inserted it. I already inserted it. But did I insert something wrong in another place? It's almost like that's a double instruction. Let me go back up. Let me show you what's, because we do have two of those bearings. I want to make sure that there wasn't supposed to be one in there somewhere before I put this together. Let's see what's going on here. What does LDO stand for? Let's do ourselves. No, I have no idea. Yeah, I'm going to go back to where I did that, and that's where it confused me. Right here. Okay, it said on the image on the right shows the bearing in place. Okay, which is this bearing here. Okay, this one here. On the bottom of the mid body, add the F682XZZ bearing into the channel. This is the mid body. We added that bearing into the channel of that mid body already. There was nowhere else to add another one of those bearings. Okay, so we added that bearing in this channel. Right here is where we added the bearing, right there. Let's do other things. There we go. Let's do another one. There we go. So we added that bearing there because there was really no, right there, there's the instruction I'm looking at right there. Okay. On the bottom of the mid body, add the F682XZZ bearing into the channel. So we added it into that channel because that's the only channel I could find on the bottom of the mid body. But now the last instruction is saying, finally insert the F682XZZ, which is the bearing I have. Let's see, make sure it's the right bearing. F682, where did I put the bag? Right here. F682-XZZ filament guide bearing into the bottom of the extruder through the cutout as shown below. So, and they're talking about this cutout right here. So this bearing theoretically can come out and slide out. And what they were saying in this last instruction is to take this bearing, put it in here, and slide it over like that, which I had already done. But I have another one of these bearings. So, do I have a bill of materials? Not really, no. I don't know. There was no bill of materials actually that came with this. So, all I can do is assume that that we're fine. I don't think they want a second bearing in there. And there was no room anywhere at the top of this to put another bearing. That's just the filament guide obviously going into the hot end when we put the hot end together. Or something. Anyways, well, I'm not going to beat a dead horse over this, but I will put this back in its bag and we'll see if, where'd the bag go? Right here. We'll put this one back in the bag and see if I screwed up later, but I don't see anywhere else where it said to put that other bearing. So, okay, well, we'll trust. We'll trust in the process. I'm just gonna go through real quick and just ensure I did not miss that bearing goes anywhere else. That's the only time it talks about that F682XZZ bearing. We're working on the mid body, which is in this case the orange piece, and it did say to add the bearing to the channel, which is that channel right there. That's the channel there. Okay, I think we're good. I think I'm overthinking this. Okay, next. Okay, front cover assembly for the extruder. Okay, so let's get back onto this. So, to start, we'll mount the tool head LED and filament sensor switches onto the electronics bracket. Insert the single pre-wired NeoPixel LED into the electronics mount as shown. Make sure you've printed the latest version of batch. As of batch 2, there is now additional glue added to protect the solder connections. So the new electronics mount is needed. Install the 2 pre-wired micro switches, making sure the pins are facing the same side as NeoPixel LED. Screw into place using 4 M2x10 socket head cap screws. Okay, so we're looking at the pins are facing backwards, the LED is facing forwards, the pins are facing the same way as the LEDs. So let's go ahead and look at what we need to get here. And I'm zoomed all the way out, perfect. Let's try the overhead again here. Okay, so we need the tool head kit, we need the LEDs. So here we are, this is the LEDs and the end stops. Okay, right here. And another 7 or 10 minutes, we'll be doing the draw. Let's pull this out. Okay, so here is we have our LEDs here. So this is the dual LED. This is not going to happen in here. Right here, we're looking for this one. This is the NeoPixel LED. M2x10 socket head cap screws. Let's get them out in the open here. M2x10 socket heads. Let's find those. M2x16, M3, M2x10. Where are you? M2x10 socket head cap screws. So far, I have not been missing any pieces, which is great. But I just need to find these. Let me just show you that I am in fact looking. Just looking for these cap screws. Drawing will be a word in chat on Tim Does It. Drawing will be a word in, yes, exactly. Thank you, Jerry. I'm not doing the link anymore, Kenneth, no. Hey, Jimmy John 711, long time no watch. Well, welcome back. Glad you're here. I am looking for some M2x10 socket head cap screws. Those are M2x10 socket head cap screws right here. Look at that. I need 2 of them. Oh, 4 of them. It's been a while since I built something, and I'm enjoying this actually, and I'm glad you guys are still sticking around to watch. It's a slower process, but hey, we're not in a hurry here. Okay, and the piece I need is, I believe this piece here. No, that's not the piece. Where is the piece I need? Boom, boom, boom. Maybe this is the piece I need. Because this has some, yeah, this is the piece I need. Or is it? Hang on. Let's break away these supports that are on these. I'm not sure. There we go. Sometimes these, let's switch over. Sometimes these supports are a little difficult to get out, but we'll muscle our way through it. Here we go. Where's my pliers? There we go. We got that off. I don't know. I'm not sure if this is the piece I'm looking for. I don't think this is. Where is that piece I'm looking for? Oh, this has to come off anyways, but there we go. And that's that. I don't know where the heck. Okay, that's that. I'm looking for the electronics bracket. Where the heck? It's not this. Okay, so am I missing a piece this time? Legitimately, am I missing a piece? Oh, no, huh. Maybe I am missing a piece. Let's have a look. Let's have a look and see if I'm missing a piece. Bear with me 1 second, folks. Let me open the file of pieces that I printed. Let's move that down. Let's find Jabberwocky and STLs, and I am looking for electronics bracket. Mount, probes, tools. No, archive, no, no, no. Let's find lower tool head, shroud body, LED carrier, LED carrier. Let's see, is that what I'm missing? Let's have a look. Here, we're going to open it up here. I wonder if that's what I'm missing, the LED carrier. No. No, I've got that piece. Okay, so what am I missing? Shroud body, conch mount, batch 1 kits. Conch mount. Conch mount. Turtle's been going pretty good so far. Let's see. No, the conch mount, that's what I just took apart. Okay, so that's not, the part we're actually looking for is called, on the electronics bracket. Electronics bracket. It's definitely a distinguished looking, or a pretty simple looking piece. So fan grill, conch mount, batch 1 kits. It's not going to be this. I would imagine they would call it the electronics bracket. Yeah, I know. I've got to update my version. No, that's not the same. That's not the piece there. Okay, so shroud body is not the one, I'm sure. The shroud body is the big piece that I got. Yeah, definitely. Let's close this. So let's see if I can find that. So let's just make this bigger. Make this bigger. Electronics mount is what I'm looking for. So extruder front cover, mounting bracket, front body mount, front body diffuser, filamatrix lever, filamatrix extruder lever, blade holder, front body, mounting bracket, body E-mount. So let's just see what's going on. Front body. So it's not in there, no electronics mount in there. Voron 2.4 Trident mounting, no, we don't need that. Under mount, sensorless block, sensorless block, let's see. No, that's just a tiny piece. Okay, well, this piece has got to be here somewhere. Micron, experimental screw point mounts, archive. I have no idea. Mount, 6mm, 12. No, these are for the rails, Bowden PCB X carriage. No, we're not switch wire, we're not micron. Probes. No, that's our beacon and our clicky probe and our cartographer probe and tools. What am I missing? Motor mount. Older Gilder. Okay, well, I've got to be, let's just get back into here. I'm obviously missing something. Okay, let's have a look at my parts here again. Let's just hope I haven't just overlooked it and missed it, but I don't see a part matching their motor mount. There's another support, breakaway support here. No, that is not the motor mount. What am I missing here, folks? Oh, right there. Oh, man. Oh, there it is. There it is right there. That is tiny. I found it. It's just sort of sitting there tiny away. For some reason, I was looking for a larger part. Okay, well, sorry to waste all that time, but hey, poop happens. Okay, so let's take this. I was looking for a bigger piece, to be honest with you. Okay. So the LED goes in here. That's a little embarrassing. I was looking for a bigger piece. I didn't even think to look for a piece so small, but that's okay. Okay, so the LED goes in here. Ah, still on the printer. I have done that too, Brent. I have done that. Okay, so this is here. Let me what's going on here? Okay, so this piece is here. Let me zoom in here a bit. Okay, so we got that piece in there, and then we're going to mount the probes. So I don't think it matters. Are these the right ones? Yeah, these are the right ones. So one goes on top, one goes on the bottom. Obviously the wires. So this is the bottom, and this is the top. Well, they've answered that question for me. And the switch, bottom. Let's just see what it said there. Making sure the pins are facing the same side as the LED. Okay, so this is going to have to be, but it doesn't say which way that switch is going to be. That's the bottom one, but which side does the micro switch have to be on? They're not telling me that. Okay, and then this one's going to be on top. Okay, let me just think about this for 2 seconds. Okay. You guys are funny. Should have been printed in LED color filament. Yeah, no kidding, right? Okay, so I'm looking at this. Okay, I get it. So it says there's now additional glue added to protect the solder connections, so the new electronics mount is needed. Install the 2 pre-wired micro switches, making sure the pins are facing the same side as the NeoPixel LED. Okay, but they have not specified. Each one of these switches has a little micro switch. So we have one that says bottom. which is this one right here. And this is the bottom, and it says to face the same way, but do I do it this way or this way? Because depending on which way I turn that is which side that switch is on. Maybe it doesn't matter, but I'm going to put the writing up and we'll go with that. So let's put this in here. That's going to require my tiny, tiny, tiny guy. This one. And we're on the bottom. Start with this one. The next picture shows the switch, does it? Oh, there we are. Okay. Good, good. Well, thanks for pointing that out. Okay, so let's have a look. So this is going to go... Let's zoom this out a bit. So this is going to end up going in this. So that's going to go in that way. This is going in this way. This is the bottom. And I did have it correct. Okay, so I had it correct with the writing out. So the switch is on the right side on this one, according to that next picture. Thou shalt listen to Raj. Yes, Raj. Absolutely. It would have been pure fluke. I had it right, but that would have been pure fluke. It's always nice to see the picture to have that confirmation. These things here again are screwing into plastic, so we don't want to overly tighten them. And then this one, we're going to sort of straddle this wire, and both switches are on the same side. So hang on a minute here. I want to come up from, man, there is not much room for moving these. Well, how is that going to work if these wires are coming straight out? Okay, well, I suppose if I can put that through there, and this comes on the top, like so, we have all these wires coming out the front. But they wanted all these wires. Well, I suppose that's what I gotta do. So this is what we're looking at the front where the NeoPixel is. And they wanted all these wires coming out the front. Hey, Build It Basement. It is a Jabberwocky Build It Basement. Okay. It's my typical kind of build where I question every move I make, just to ensure that I'm doing it right. Okay. And then the other screw. Okay, and oh, so we gotta do the draw. Okay, we have those ones. We have a mess of wires coming out of here. Massive mess of wires. But I guess, and then this is supposed to all go. If we look at the next drawing, that's supposed to all go inside of this thing. Click for wiring image details. Okay. Oh, I'm to cut those. Oh, okay, I see how that goes. So I'm to cut those middle pieces off. Okay, I missed that part where it says click for wiring details. But that's okay. Like that. We cut the middle things off. And then all the wires kind of run down the side like so. Okay, fair enough. Okay, but for now we're going to come back to here and we're gonna, let's do a draw. Let's take a break and do a draw. Let's get that out of the way. We got a mess going on here. We've got some wires. We got to cut those little middle pieces out. See, that's what I mean by reading every instruction carefully. Cut the red wire. cutout for the cables when you insert the part. I think there is too. As a matter of fact, there's like a little channel or something. Anyways, we'll figure it out. Let's do a draw. We're going to try this now. Okay, if you're in chat, there's 55 people watching. I'm going to do some magic here. It's going to magically appear on the screen. Now, just make sure you do what it says. Okay, type hashtag Polymaker in the comments to join the draw. And you are going to have a chance to win some free filament. So hashtag Polymaker to join the draw. Let's see how many people are going to enter. Guy the Jedi is in. Jason FLT is there. Look at all these people entering. Guy the Jedi entered twice. Not going to help you. Oh, just the 2 so far. 18 people now. Here we go. Here we go. Why is it only showing the 2 of you? Oh, there we go. It's going to start going. 18 people have entered. Come on, keep entering. Keep on entering and we'll see. Hashtag Polymaker. Enter to win some filament, you guys. You're going to get a... who else? I see a lot of people here now that haven't spoken up and they're entering the draw, which is good. I like to see all these people that are watching in the background and they come out of the forefront when we do the draw, which is awesome. Now, we don't have any advantage for subscribers this time. There we go. We're going to give it a few minutes, get everybody a chance, and we're going to do the spinny draw, and we're going to pick a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And I did not get the code yet. So while you guys are entering, I am going to get a code that I'll be able to send you guys right away. So bear with me. Just keep entering. Keep entering to win. Dum dum. Did that background music go away already? Let's do that background music a bit more. There. Okay, keep going. Keep going. And I'm just going to bring your code. And when I get the code that comes back, then we will do the draw. That gives everybody a fair chance to enter. Okay, here we go. Keep going. Let's see how many people we got so far. 43 entries, 53 people watching. Awesome, guys. Keep on going. You should have advantage for people that use the chat. Ah, well, the advantage if you use the chat is that you are entered to win. Looks like a tub. A tub with everybody in it. Okay, let's see if I got my code. Code should be coming in any second now. And then we'll be able to instantly send the code to the winner. Because what's going to happen is if when you win, whoever wins is going to email me at DWIT3Dcanada@gmail.com. I will put that in the chat once the draw is done. And then I will immediately send you your code. And there's the code. I got the code all ready to give somebody. Okay, so I think we're going to do the draw. So it looks like we have 47 entries. We'll give it another 5 seconds. 4 and a 3 and a 2 and a 1. Good luck, everybody. We're going to do the draw right now. Here we go. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, I set it to spin for 60 minutes. I'm kidding. And the winner is... and you gotta say something in chat. Tulsa Skin. Tulsa Skin, you are the winner. Tulsa Skin. Say something in chat, Tulsa Skin. Congratulations. Tulsa Skin. There you are. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, Tulsa Skin, pop me an email right now at this email address that's going to show up in a second. There we go. DWIT3DCanada@gmail.com, DWIT3DCanada@gmail.com, and I will send you your code right away. Right away. Congratulations, Tulsa Skin. And let's get rid of that. There we go. Congratulations, Tulsa Skin. Awesome. You're the winner, on my first winner on my new spin thing. That thank you, Jerry, for pointing me how to get that on there. So that is awesome. So perfectiono. So again, DWIT3DCanada@gmail.com, and I am looking for your email to come in, and I'll send you your code right away. Has a bit of suspense to it. It does, yeah. It'll be really suspenseful if I set the spin. I can set the spin timer. If I set the spin timer to like 2 minutes, let's go and go and go and go and go. So, okay. While we're waiting for that, while we're waiting for Tulsa Skin to email me, I will get my little nippers here, and I will nip off these little tips. Oh, that doesn't sound good, does it? I'll nip off these little tips, and let's see. Okay, there's one. Oh, they come off real easy. Real easy, they say. There we go. Okay. Email sent. Perfect. Okay, let's see. Hasn't come in yet, but hey, you know, it doesn't mean it's not going to come in soon. We'll just keep an eye out for that. But before the stream's over, I will send you your code. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for that. But let's go back to this right here. And there we go. And so it looks like it wants me to bend all the wiring this way. And so we want to kind of bend the wiring straight down. And this wiring comes straight down. There's a little channel there almost for it to come down in. I hope I printed the correct new piece. This one does not want to bend down though, because it's not fitting. That one's down. This one on this side, but there's the wire joint. Let's just see if I bend that like that. Oh man. Sort of like this. Here, let's go back over to where so we're trying to get these wires kind of all bent down, wrapping around that like it suggests. We cut off the middle pieces so that the wires can come down sort of towards the middle. So let me just see if I go to the previous drawing. Yeah, we cut off the middle piece there. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now we are to take this and put this in. Whoa. No, this is all going to come in and up like that. So, oh, see, so the LED is there. Okay, so that kind of works. Yeah, so that kind of works just like this. I think I just heard your email come in, Tulsa Skin. So that kind of works just like that. And then on the front, we're going to have a cover, obviously, and it's going to be the LED. I haven't printed the front. I haven't printed any of the transparent pieces yet. But there will be a transparent cover go on the front of this for the LED. That's very cool. That is really cool. Okay. I believe I heard a ding-dong, and I believe Tulsa Skin's email came in. There it is. Okay, I'm going to send you that right away, Tulsa Skin. It's going to be a link that you go to, and it's going to be the code. And just so you know, your code is 57797983219. Okay, that's your code. If anybody caught that, you're able to go in and steal his Polymaker, but I don't think you would. And let's go. So here we go. I'm just going to send it. It's going to say code. And I'm going to paste that in. And then I'm going to, above where it says code, it's going to say link. And let me grab that link that you need. Dum-da-da-dum. And right there, I'm going to copy the link. I'm going to go to the draft. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to go paste. And I'm going to just hit send. Where's my send button? I'm not used to using, oh, there it is. There we go. It's on its way to you, Tulsa Skin. Let me know if you get it. Congratulations. I didn't write that or anything. All I sent you was a link and a code. You should get it probably now, and you should have it. And yeah, let me know if you get it. But yeah, there we go. If only there was a sale still going. They're 30 when they do their 35% sales. Oh my goodness, take advantage of that. I got some more of the poly dryers last time they did that. So yeah. Oh, it looks like we're getting close to winding down. But hey, so we're at this stage right now. We got some good progress on it. We're at this stage. Now they have that little piece here. That little piece is a clear piece. As they say, insert the diffuser into the extruder front cover, then install the assembled electronics mount into the cover, ensuring that the wires oriented upwards as they will be routed through the extruder. So I have not printed any of the clear pieces. There's a couple pieces here that are to be printed in a transparent, but right now what's happening is the transparent pieces are being printed over here now. I'm using it for the for this light box, which is, look at how far that's come. Wow. Oh, that's starting to warp, and I'm wondering if I do need to use a 0.8 nozzle on that because it's starting to get wavy. But it's still printing, it's still working, so we're going to keep going with that. It's looking great, other than it's got a little bit of waviness going on, but I have a feeling because it was designed for a 0.8 nozzle. See, maybe, no, I did not see that yet, Chris, but I will look. I will look and see, but here, I'll show you the progress of that print that's going on here. Boop, boop, boop. And here we are. Come on, camera, camera, camera. There we go. There's how far we've made it so far. So it's getting a little bit wavy on the outside, which I know the top and bottom will hold it all together. So it's probably going to be fine, but I think had I used the 0.8 nozzle, which I don't have, but I could get a 0.8 nozzle, I think it would probably be a little more solid, a little more sturdy, but this may just work. I'm still excited to try it. Still excited to try it. And this other one, we are making progress over here. Whoops, I don't have a light in that printer, so it's really hard to see. That's the top piece that's printing. I decided to do it in teal. That's printing in Polylite, PET G, sorry, PET G. And that is, no, that's clear This is printing in Essentium PCTG, which is much stronger than PETG. This is PCTG. Are you printing it at double the extrusion flow rate? Ooh, maybe. I don't know. Possibly. I don't know these things. PCTG. Thanks, Tuxedo. Exactly. That's what that material is. I happened to have some roll of it sitting around from Essentium, so I thought I'd use it. So, yeah. Got it filled out and sent. Thank you. Perfect. Awesome, Tulsa Skin. Good. Awesome. I'm glad you got that done. Hopefully you picked some nice filament. Some nice filament. So let's get rid of these plastic bags. We're going to halt it here. So the next steps that we're going to pick up next week, I won't do anything off camera for this. But the next step, so the next step is basically getting the blade holder installed and the blade cutter installed. Okay. And then it looks like we are going to, yeah, so the blade cutter is going to be installed. Then we're going to be putting the motor on. We're going to be putting the breakout board on. And yeah. And then after that, we're going to be building the hot end, I'm sure. So look at that. Look at that. But just because I'm going to grab a piece of filament, and I probably have an off-cut piece of filament in my scrap box here. Let's see. Look at that. Whoops. Whoops. Piece of filament. So let's just make sure our filament path here actually works. We'll stick that in there. Hang on, let's go from the bottom. Oh, I'm probably a little bit tight on this. Whoops. And let's kind of straighten this out. There we go. Let's make sure I got a clear path. There we go. And through. Yeah, we do. So we have a filament path that's actually, it's a little bit tight right now because I've probably got this tightened a bit. There we go. That's better. Yeah, it's working. There we go. Awesomeness. Let's put this back down. Okay. What tool board are you using? Oh, the tool board that came with it is the tool board that we are using is this one, Nighthawk. Nighthawk 36 came with the whole kit that LDO had sent me. So I don't know what that little fluff is on there, but yeah, that's the tool board we're using. So it's going to have obviously just a single cable going. Will actually be two cables going down to the board because I've got the beacon probe on there that we're going to be using. So we have to run the cable for the beacon probe from the hot end down too. So yeah, yep. Yeah, I think, let's see what else we're saying here. Chris is saying something up here. Where are you going, mouse? Stop, there we go. If you don't extrude 0.8 millimeter of width, meaning flow rate 2 from the inside line will not fuse with and reinforce the outside straight line, which would explain why it's a little wavy. Yeah, I gotta get myself a 0.8 tool head for that. I'll let this finish just because I got lots of filament. There's a good, oh yeah, there's lots on this roll. So I'll have enough to print it again, but I think I'll order a 0.8 tool head and do it properly. I think for sure that's what I'll do. Looks like aluminum on camera. It does, doesn't it? Yeah. So t-shirt is cool, but you have mixed feelings. With zip ties, hopes and dreams, you can do anything. There's one other maker that has this shirt. Some of you probably know who it is, but I'm not going to say it. It's another fellow Canadian maker. I made the shirt for him. But you have mixed feelings. You can pretty much do anything with zip ties, hopes and dreams, right? So there we go. Okay, guys. Well, I think that is going to be it. Need to add duct tape. Yeah, I suppose so. Twice you said 0.8 tool head. You mean nozzle. Yeah, I mean nozzle. I mean nozzle. So, yeah. See, what can I tell you? By the way, the reason you had an extra FX bearing is probably because they shipped you an extra one in the kit. Yeah, probably. They're tiny. Easy to lose, right? So, there we go. Okay, guys. Listen, thank you again. It's been here, and you guys have a wonderful week. The BOM calls for 2. Weird. I'm going to have to look into that and see. The instructions weren't perfectly... I did not see a place to put the first one in. Hopefully I didn't miss it. If I did, I'll just have to take this apart and figure out where. Maybe it was supposed to go in up here, somewhere up in the top, because this one's on the bottom. Maybe it needed to be on the top. I've got to look into that and see. So we'll talk to you guys later. We'll continue. We'll pick this up where we left off next Sunday, and that'll be it. And so you guys have a great week. Thank you for watching. I appreciate everything, and congratulations again for winning filament. And we will talk to you guys next week. And closing scene coming right now.